Hey guys, Kane here, and in this video we're gonna talk about relics, the tips, and their prioritization. So first things first, we have quite a few relics here, and as well, most of them do different things, some of them may do a bit similar. So starting with the first one called Accurate Shots, this is a relic that buffs your archers in terms of attack and also health. So it really depends on your formations, what you're going for, what kind of a formation you have, and which one you should prioritize. Now, by prioritize, you're gonna get them randomly still. But by prioritization, I mean being able to receive selection boxes from some events for free, and then you would open those boxes for those particular pieces just to upgrade what you require. That is the kind of prioritization I mean. So, the first one is for archers, the second one is for advisors, but is almost exactly the same, just again a different type of unit. And this one does the same thing for guardians and infantry. This one does the same for both cavalry, whether it be light or heavy, and this one does it for soldiers. And the rest is just mainly field buffers and stuff like that. So currently my own formation, and probably for majority of the people, whether they're free to play or small spenders, you're highly likely going to have something like this, which is literally like 3 or 4 archers and the strategist Zhao Yu. Now, the reason for that is mainly because you're able to get it for free and you get a lot of its shards. The same for you can actually farm most of your archer shards for free as well. And the reason is that his ultimate is friggin' powerful and he has a pretty decent set of skills which can plow through majority of the PV content rather quite easy, and it's almost advised to always level him in most of the circumstances if you're a very small spender or free to play. The other thing is your tanks and maybe other units. So as I said, archers, so this one you should prioritize with your blue and green selection boxes. Though if you get particular SSR plus like Zhao Yu and stuff like that, you could potentially upgrade this as well evenly with the first one. That aside, the purple ones. Now, the thing is, I don't really use that much cavalry. The thing is, you cannot really farm cavalry that easy. Most of like those cavaliers are actually like paid content, I think. Not all of them, but most of them. So if you're not really willing to spend money for that sort of thing, I would suggest to mainly select the guardian and the infantry relics, and you're upgrading both of them versus just having cavalry. And essentially guardians are able to tank damage while the infantry are able to do damage to the cavalry, I do believe. And the thing is, or not cavalry, the guardian units, the archers and also the infantry, I do believe, do a lot of damage to the cavalry and stuff like that, but I might be mistaken in some points of circumstances here and there. But essentially, there is really nothing archers can't actually destroy rather quite quickly. So essentially, do focus that first one. And then we have the soldiers. The soldiers don't really do that much, at least at the moment, so you shouldn't really focus this one that much. Focus on your heroes mainly and mostly. Then moving on to the orange relics, we have, I think, 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them. And the one which I would highly suggest for you to upgrade first, at least to grade 6, is the Tough General. The reason for that is the skill that it has. When allied heroes with less than, or rather allied heroes with less than 30% HP gain a shield equal to 60% health. Now, this can be triggered once only in a battle. So at grade 6, the effect is enhanced by 100% for ranged heroes. Basically, this grade 6 gives the ranged archers a literal HP bar worth of a shield. And that's why it's friggin' powerful. There are things that can kill your archers in almost a one shot. In the version of this bunny girl, like her archer tower and her ultimate do so much damage, even if like it's showing you that there is almost no damage. or even like 54,000, 2 million health archers with that 100% shield, they literally die like 10 to 15 seconds in like AoE, meaning you can lose like two or three entire squads of archers just to these two skills. So do keep in mind that is why you should prioritize that relic. Not sure how well it scales later, but early game this is like a must have or your archers die in like 2 seconds. That aside, the next one, the occult techniques, it's basically just summoning a squad of like army to fight for you as like a frontline squad. I don't think it's very like strong or very tanky. Grade 6 summons a vanguard leader. I think it's like a hero for these ones or something like that. I don't think it's very powerful and stuff like that. So honestly, I wouldn't really suggest to waste your orange selection boxes for this. Now, the next one, the 5 Elite Generals. Now, this one I would probably suggest for people to upgrade. And it says 20 seconds after battle begins, increases all allied soldiers' total attack by 28 and defense by 28. And the grade 6 means, or rather says, lasts throughout the entire battle. Now, this says all allied soldiers, which means it doesn't affect the heroes, I don't think. And the thing about this is that your archers do have a lot of damage, and those archers do quite a lot of damage. So majority of the time you want to upgrade this so your archers soldiers would do an incredible amount of damage. Now, in terms of tankiness and all that kind of stuff, majority of the soldiers in the front line are going to be exploded no matter what or no matter what defense they have. So majority of the time, like 90% circumstances, you upgrade this for total attack for your archers and it lasts throughout the entire battle. It's going to help you in a lot of PvE content, and this is why you should focus it. So as you can see, I'm slowly upgrading it, but I don't get any of these orange relics rather quite quickly. If I would actually upgrade this a bit faster. And then we have the versatile talent. And this one, it gives your hero strength and intellect, and as you upgrade, it gives more and more and more. The thing about it is 1% of strength, or rather 1 point of strength, adds like 1% to that specific type of damage. Now, some heroes don't even have like strength or intellect or leadership damage or healing or whatever. It is very strict in terms of wording. So if those heroes don't really have that, this doesn't really pose that much of a use. And like just adding a random 5 strength is just gonna give like 2% less damage done from strength skills and whatever, which is almost non-existent. So if you're wondering which one to upgrade, this probably falls down as a third or a second on the list. It really depends what, let's say, heroes you're using and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't really find this incredibly powerful myself, but again, I can be mistaken. And it really depends how fast, like the grade 6 and the grade 10 do scale. If they scale very quickly, then perhaps, but it says like every 10 seconds, the fight literally lasts like 10 to 20 seconds, and majority of the time you already know the winner in those seconds. So essentially just upgrading this to grade 6 is almost like a waste. So unlocking it grade 4, I suppose it's okay, but upgrading it, I don't think so. And now we're going towards the golden relic. Now this one is probably one of the stronger skills that you can upgrade. And it says when the battle begins, two allied heroes prioritizing archers have a 29% chance to release a lightning chain with each attack, dealing damage equal to 2% of current HP to up to 3 enemies. And then you have increases the damage effect to 2.5%, so I do believe this one. And then the grade 6 targets to be damage plus 1, so instead of 3 you have 4, which is rather quite powerful considering the amount of health damage they're doing, and it's actually quite strong against tanks. So do keep that in mind. You kind of want to upgrade this as much as you're able, or rather as much as you can or able to achieve. The thing is, I'm still missing one to unlock this, and the damage of it, honestly, Like, that is probably why some archers skyrocket in high amounts of damage on a random basis. Like, I have one archer which finishes on fourth, and then sometimes that archer literally skyrockets in terms of DPS and becomes first, while like double the damage on my second archer and stuff like that. It really depends, and it can proc only two archers per battle, so those two archers highly likely will be the top DPS, which had proc this particular ability. So essentially, must have at least activate. If you upgrade it, grade 6 is very, very strong. That aside, moving towards the red relics. Now, the Invincible Warrior is probably the first one which you will see in the first week, and you can upgrade. And honestly, this skill was made mainly for the Lubu SSR Plus, which procs him at the very beginning of the battle. However, this skill lasts, or rather is active on all of the heroes anyway. So it increases total attack by 30 and attack speed by 12 for 12 seconds. Now, once you unlock them, you start at grade 6 already, and you have all of these bonuses. So essentially, just unlocking it grants you the grade 6 buff, and the buff lasts for 16 seconds, which is rather quite strong for the amount of buffs it gives. So do keep in mind this is one of the first red relics you may want to upgrade. Then you have 5 Tiger Generals. Now, this is probably one of the worst skills that you can upgrade in terms of your relics. And what it says, it deals damage to enemies within range and stuns them for 2 seconds. And it has mana cost of 20. Now, the thing about this mana cost is if you are in the very early game and you activate this, your heroes don't really have that much mana regeneration, and you may be able to mess up their skill rotation. So the thing about it is, my friend who uses the same hero activated that relic, and his Zhao Yu started casting ultimate, and instead of casting Devil Wind, which does a lot of damage if you spread the burn of the ultimate towards the entire enemy field, so he casted the ultimate, and then he casted that stun in like a large portion of those battles. In some of them, he still casted ultimate and Devil Wind, but he showed me quite a lot of like battle replays, showed me quite a few end game statuses and stuff like that, and that relic did mess him up quite a bit. Now, he is a bit stronger than me, and I can actually beat him, even though his units and stuff like that are quite stronger than mine, I suppose, or his formation and stuff like that are stronger than mine. He has better soldiers, but our fights are always very close, even though I spent a lot less than him or have a lot less buffs than him. And in that sense, this particular relic or activation of its skill can pose a huge downfall of a lot of formations. Now, to counter it, you have a few things which you can do. So, heroes do have some mana recovery. And as you can see, this one at 4 star has 0.5 mana recovery, I do believe per 1 or per 2 seconds. Now, the other thing which you can do are the Imperial College. Now, some of these circles do have a chance to recover 5 mana after using a fire spell. I do believe you have the same for wind spell, you have the same for a water spell. Yeah, essentially on all of these you have the same one. So do keep in mind, if you upgrade them, you can actually acquire them, and I do believe on just one of them. Yeah, on just one of them. So essentially, you can level it to level 3 as well, which either increases the mana or the percent chance to recover. So without these, I don't think unlocking that particular relic will actually be of any use to you. And essentially, it may screw you over more than it would help you. So do keep that in mind. Activate this relic at your own risk. You can activate all of these pieces and get all of its stats and stuff like that, but do not click activate this relic, or it may actually end up messing you over. That aside, the last two red relics, honestly, the Cyanox is probably one of the better relics or premium relics. at least at the current moment. When the battle begins, all allies receive a protection which lasts 10 seconds, gaining 30% HP shield. And when you unlock this, all of them start grade 6, so you have two bonuses. So during protection, take less strategist damage, and allied soldiers recover 10% HP when the protection ends. So basically, if you lose the shield and then you lose some HP, this one is going to recover HP as well. So it's pretty friggin' strong. It's buffing your entire field. And the next one is just like a single hero CC for a few seconds. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether or not this is strong or stuff like that. Honestly, I don't really deem this very strong, but it's very situational and it can actually help you win some fights which essentially were very close, or you barely won them, or you nearly won them. Like, essentially, this is like that little piece on your field which would then, instead of make it a close battle, essentially could just grant you the win in an easier fashion or easier or stuff like that. That CC is 4 seconds, it does some damage, and essentially, depending which hero it selects, could either remove tankiness of the enemy, could either remove insane amounts of damage from the enemy and stuff like that. However, the shield on the entire field just is a lot better. Now, if I would spend 300 bucks on the game, highly likely I would just unlock this red relic in terms of the field bonus instead of the deer in the snow. It's just like 2 or 3 times better than just this one, at least in my own opinion. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully it was useful to you, and if it was, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care and stay safe out there.